August the 29th, Gethsemane. Mark 14 verse 32 says, "Then they came to a place which was named Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, 'Sit here while I pray.'" As Christ left the disciples, bidding them pray for themselves and for him, he selected three, Peter, James, and John, and went still further into the seclusion of the garden. These three disciples had been with him at his transfiguration, and they'd seen the heavenly visitors, Moses and Elias, taking with Jesus, and Christ desired their presence on this occasion also. Christ expressed his desire for human sympathy and then withdrew himself from them about a stone's cast. Falling upon his face, he prayed, saying, "O my Father, if it will be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt." At the end of an hour, Jesus, feeling the need of human sympathy, rose from the ground and staggered to the place where he had left his three disciples. He longed to hear from them words that would bring him the help he craved. Instead, he findeth them sleeping. Just before he bent his footsteps to the garden, Jesus had said to his disciples, "And ye shall be offended because of me this night." And they had given Christ the strongest assurances that they would never forsake their Lord, and that they would go to prison with him, if need be, would suffer and die with him. And poor self-sufficient Peter had added, "Although all shall be offended, yet will not I." But the disciples trusted in their own strength and did not look to the mighty helper, as Christ had counseled them to do. Even the ardent Peter, who only for a few hours before had declared that he would die with the Lord, was sleeping. Again the Son of God was seized with superhuman agony, and fainting and exhausted, he staggered back to the place of his former struggle. Only a short time before, Christ had poured out his soul in songs of praise and unfaltering accents, as one who was conscious of his sonship to God. Now his voice came to them on the still evening air, not in tones of triumph, but full of human anguish. So lately had he been serene in his majesty, he had been like a mighty cedar, now he was as a broken reed. Although sin was the awful thing that had opened the floodgates of woe upon the world, he would become a propitiation of a race that had willed to sin. Signs of the Times, December the 2nd, 1897. I hope that this was enough to carry you through your day. Remember to join us tomorrow. Goodbye!